Record. What's going on, Unit? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Matt bringing you back to another reaction video. Today we're gonna react to Total Pro Sports the all 32 NFL teams' biggest mistake of the 2024 offseason revealed. I'm a Vikings fan, and I could think of probably. I bet you they're going to say letting Kirk Cousins walk would probably be the biggest mistake, or letting Danielle Hunter walk, or I don't know, keeping Harrison Smith on the roster. I don't know, man. They're probably going to say something like that, but we'll see though. But yeah, as you can already see, they're already saying the Jets traded for Hassan Reddick. I definitely think that might be the worst move that they did, because Hassan doesn't even want to suit up or practice with them, so he wants that money real bad, and that's gonna fuck him up in the long run. But anywho, let's go ahead and get it right into it. How you doing? Let's go Vikings.
Not every move that their favorite team makes actually ends up panning out.
Hassan Reddick wants to be traded.
Yes.
Has not gone to a meeting, a walkthrough, a practice, a nothing with the New York Jets.
Hassan Reddick gonna be out the NFL.
Some end up becoming a complete disaster. So let's see if we can take a look forward and project out what every NFL team's biggest mistake of the 2024 offseason was. Arizona Cardinals signing RT Jonah Williams. The Arizona Cardinals hope to solidify their offensive line by signing Jonah Williams, but they might have actually just driven off with 11. Williams had his ups and downs in Cincinnati, and with Kyler Murray's durability concern, that is, well, kind of concerning.
I say the Falcons' biggest mistake is overpaying for Kirk or drafting Michael Penix too early. It's one of those two things.
With Atlanta Falcons letting Jeff Okudah walk.
What?
Okudah walk will likely be
Nah. I mean, yeah, that secondary is probably not going to be that great. I mean, you still have AJ Terrell and Jesse Bates, but yeah, like Jeff Okudah's not really all that special, man. The Falcons' biggest mistake would probably have to be overpaying for Kirk Cousins and then drafting Michael Penix or shortly after.
Sure, Okudah was inconsistent at times last year, but that was tightly tied to injury. When he was actually healthy, he showed flashes of being high impact, and he fit nicely alongside AJ Terrell. The Falcons are now banking on a group of corners who have either been inconsistent or unproven, and the Falcons might find themselves regretting not giving Okudah another shot.
Okudah and Stingley are going to be a deadly combination.
Baltimore Ravens losing edge Jadeveon Clowney. Letting Jadeveon Clowney
I would say letting Patrick Queen go to the Steelers was the biggest mistake.
Might be a decision that haunts the Ravens in 2024. Clowney was a game changer for Baltimore last season, tying his career high with 9.5 sacks and playing a key role in making the Ravens defense one of the league's best. His ability to generate pressure was invaluable, and losing him could create a void that is very hard to fill. The Ravens might find themselves missing his presence, especially when
oh, stupid ass.
Deals of the week at Walgreens.
When they face off against the AFC's top offenses like Kansas City, where they really need to get after the QB. Buffalo Bears trading Stephon Diggs. Diggs wasn't just another
receiver. This is probably the biggest mistake
of Buffalo's passing game and Josh Allen's most trusted
weapon. The only thing that comes close is when they cut Jordan Poyer and Tre'Davious White. And I think Micah Hyde was already a free agent at that point, so.
He was instrumental in Allen's development. Without Diggs, Allen might have never turned into the quarterback
that he
Jordan
Poyer went
today.
to the Dolphins.
Facing a player of Diggs' caliber with the likes of Curtis Samuel and Marquez Valdes-Scantling is not exactly a recipe for improvement. Carolina Panthers signing G. Damian Lewis. The Panthers spent big to bolster their offensive line with the acquisition of Robert Hunt, which, yeah, that made sense. But signing Damian Lewis to a 4-year, $53 million deal...
Yeah, that's a little bit much for a guy like that.
While Lewis has shown flashes of potential, they have been too few and far between, and quite frankly, the Panthers might have overpaid for his services. If he doesn't live up to the price tag, this move could set the Panthers back in their quest to build a reliable offense. Chicago Bears overpaying Kevin Byard. The Bears got a lot of press.
Out of all the great offseason moves, this was the wrong one. I would have paid him less.
for an impressive offseason, but the decision to overpay for Kevin Byard might come back to bite them. Byard, who is now 31, has struggled last season and showed signs that his best days might be behind him. Despite his all-pro pedigree, the Bears are taking a big gamble by investing $15 million in a player who could be on the decline for a young team trying to turn the corner. Cincinnati Bengals letting DJ Reader walk. Letting DJ Reader walk could be a decision that the Bengals regret for a long time. Reader was a cornerstone of Cincinnati's defense.
They don't have a DT no more.
The middle and shutting down opposing running games. Without him, the Bengals could see a significant drop in their ability to stop the run, an area that is crucial in a division as physical as the AFC North. Replacing a player like Reader is no easy task, and his absence will likely be felt more than the Bengals thought. Cleveland Browns trading for Jerry Jeudy. The Browns trade for Jerry Jeudy might...
I guess.
It looked flashy on paper, buying low on a former first-round talent, but it could end up being a major error. Simply put, Jeudy is more of a gamble than a guaranteed upgrade. With Amari Cooper already in the fold and younger receivers like Elijah Moore and David Bell showing promise, the Browns didn't need to take a flyer on Jeudy, especially considering the turbulent nature of the Browns' offense with Deshaun Watson under center. Dallas Cowboys signing Ezekiel Elliott back.
Yeah, man. I'm glad they got Dalvin Cook to help complement him because he's not the same Ezekiel Elliott we all knew.
Dallas Cowboys re-signing Ezekiel Elliott feels like a move more driven by nostalgia than strategy. While Zeke was once the heart and soul of Dallas's offense, his production has been on a steady decline over the past few seasons, and really, he just looked like a shell of himself in New England last year. Denver Broncos
drafting Bo Nix.
Drafting Bo Nix with the 12th overall pick was a bold but highly questionable move for the Broncos. Nix was not projected to go this high, and his college career was synonymous with inconsistency. With so many other needs on the roster, using such a high pick...
And they were just desperate, bro. The Broncos are desperate at this point.
Quarterback who may require significant development feels like a terrible move. But I guess Sean Payton doesn't care about the long-term risks because he knows he'll be out of town if they miss on this one. Detroit Lions signing edge Marcus Davenport.
This dude only played 3 games for the Vikings last year. 3 games! That's how you know certain franchises are just desperate because, man, why would you spend money on an injury-prone case like him? Why?
While Detroit needed to add more pass rushing help alongside Aiden Hutchinson, I don't know that Marcus Davenport is the guy.
No, he's not.
He may have a lot of the prerequisite physical tools, but the former Saints first-round pick has never quite put it all together. If he can't produce at a high level in Detroit, this move could leave the Lions back in the market for pass rushing talent. Green Bay Packers acquiring Josh Jacobs.
They pay way too much.
Bringing Josh Jacobs to replace Aaron Jones seems liable to backfire. Jacobs may be a former rushing champion, but he comes with significant wear and tear from his time in Las Vegas. The Packers had an opportunity to develop younger, fresher talent in the backfield, but instead, they chose to invest in a player who might be closer to the back 9 of his career than his prime. If Jacobs doesn't hold up under the workload and really elevate the offense, Green Bay could find themselves regretting this decision, especially as they look to build around a new era with Jordan Love at the helm. Houston Texans signing Joe Mixon. The Texans' decision to bring in Joe Mixon is, to put it bluntly, a head-scratcher. While Mixon has had moments of brilliance, his time in Cincinnati was plagued by injuries and subpar performance.
I don't think Joe Mixon is that bad, though.
Houston's offense is ready to win now and just needs reliability and steady production, not a player who's just as likely to disappear as he is to dominate. Indianapolis Colts signing DT Raekwon Davis. Raekwon Davis, coming over from the Dolphins, was not the splash that Colts fans were hoping for. He has been serviceable, but far from a game changer. Indianapolis might find that Davis doesn't quite bring the impact that they were hoping for, making this a potentially forgettable addition. Jacksonville Jaguars signing Mitch Morse. While there was a time that Mitch Morse was
he's not the same Mitch Morse from Kansas City.
Forced to be reckoned with in Western New York, he had arguably his worst year as a pro in 2023, allowing 28 hurries and 31 pressures, both of which were season highs in his 9-year career. Jacksonville was in the market for an upgraded center, but Morse's recent performance suggests that this could be a big-time swing and a miss. Kansas City Chiefs trading L'Jarius Sneed.
That secondary is going to get cooked.
Piece of Kansas City's secondary, with him.
That secondary is going to get cooked. But I think Sneed wanted to get traded anyway.
Kansas City will be relying on unproven players to step up in a secondary that will need to perform at an elite level to keep pace in a very competitive AFC. Las Vegas Raiders ignoring quarterback purgatory. The Raiders' decision
Nah, man. Neither of these guys are it. Minshew or
to
Aiden.
roll the dice with their current quarterback situation is baffling. Obviously, they made the right choice parting ways with Jimmy Garoppolo, but bringing in Gardner Minshew to complement
Fairlife has 50%.
Yeah, they know Jimmy G don't got the answers. They know Jimmy G don't got the answers.
When you have rheumatoid arthritis, the smallest things can feel like the biggest obstacles. But
Aiden O'Connell is a suspect approach, and it's likely going to lead to another season of quarterback instability, which, as we've seen in the past, rarely bodes well for the silver and black. Los Angeles Chargers replacing Gerald Everett with Will Dissly. Replacing Gerald Everett with Will Dissly will definitely limit the Chargers' offensive potential. Dissly is a solid blocker, but doesn't offer the same versatility or receiving threat that Everett brought to the table. Los Angeles Rams signing Darius Williams. At his size and age, it's rather surprising to see how much that the Los Angeles Rams invested in Darius Williams to play opposite of Tre'Davious White. 3 years for $22.5 million is quite a sum, especially when you consider Williams' schematic fit, or really lack thereof. Miami Dolphins signing Jordan Brooks. Jordan Brooks is a solid run defender, but in today's pass-happy NFL, you need linebackers who can do it all, especially in coverage. Unfortunately, Brooks has been exposed repeatedly when asked to cover, giving up over 1,000 yards in coverage just a couple of seasons ago. With teams like the Jets, Bills, and Chiefs in the AFC who should have elite passing games, Brooks could become a glaring liability. Minnesota Vikings letting Kirk Cousins walk.
Y'all, I knew they was gonna say this. Y'all are a bunch of dick riders, I swear. Y'all were bashing Kirk when he was underneath the purple and gold, but now that he's gone, you wanna praise this guy now. He wasn't gonna take us to the promise, man. He wasn't. It's not even just Total Pro Sports. It's everybody riding this guy's nuts. He's not all that. Look, he's coming off of an Achilles injury, man. He's not going to be that guy for the ATL. I'm sorry. He's not. But quit acting like you wasn't hating on this man when he was under the promo. Either admit you hate the Vikings or you can shut the hell up.
Cousins may not have been flashy, but he has been remarkably consistent, providing the Vikings with solid quarterback play year in and year out. Without him, Minnesota is venturing into the unknown. Actually, it's kind of worse than the unknown. It's Sam Darnold, with a roster that was extremely competitive last year. Yeesh. Yeah, that should mix like oil and water.
Look, Sam has a high upside because he's only 25, 26 years old. Like, Sam is still very young, and he hasn't truly entered his prime yet. But he could have a resurgent year because we actually have competent coaching. You know what I'm saying? A competent scheme and a whole bunch of weapons that he can use. In Carolina and in New York, he didn't have all of that.
New England Patriots drafting Drake May.
Yeah, this is...
Drake May has the physical tools and upside to become a franchise quarterback, but frankly, so do a lot of signal callers. The big concern is that he's also raw and could require significant development. And the Patriots have an abysmal offense, which is not exactly conducive to a growing QB. New Orleans Saints signing Cedric Wilson Jr.
Yeah, this is bad.
He is a capable player, but he doesn't bring anything particularly new or game.
He's kind of injury prone too, so that's another problem.
Changing to the table, with $5.75 million committed to him over the next 2 years, it isn't a huge risk. But the Saints could have better allocated that cap space. New York Giants failing to re-sign Saquon Barkley. Barkley has been the engine of the Giants offense since they drafted him, and his ability to create explosive plays is something that cannot be easily replaced. Without him, the Giants are betting on a committee approach, which is not likely going to result in the same 50-yard tears that Barkley was known for. New York Jets trading for Hassan Reddick. Well, this one backfired in a fashion that can only be described as pure Jets. The two-time Pro Bowl defensive end was acquired from the Eagles in April and formally requested a trade halfway through August in the midst of a contentious holdout. Even if New York does manage to retain Reddick, not exactly how you wanted to kick off the season if you're the Jets. Just saying. Philadelphia Eagles retaining Nick Sirianni. The Eagles chose continuity with the decision to keep Nick Sirianni in the city of brotherly love. But, there is reason to wonder if that was the right call. Despite his...
I mean, if you have a winning season and you make the playoffs, you can let them stay. But like, if it gets to a point where his style of coaching is costing you more games, I say let him go. But yeah, this should be like his very last chance because the Eagles have done a lot to improve their roster. So if they don't get it done this year, he can't stay. Like, at least make it back to the conference championships.
Early success, there have been rumblings about disconnects within the team, particularly between Sirianni and quarterback Jalen Hurts. In a city like Philadelphia, where the margin for error with fans and the media is razor thin, any signs of internal strife could lead to a season unraveling very quickly. Pittsburgh Steelers trading Deontay Johnson. Sure, the Steelers received cornerback Dante Jackson and a pick swap in the trade, which does help bolster their secondary, but come on, losing Johnson could leave a significant void here. The
Steelers are still going to be a 9-8 team.
Already in flux and might suffer even more without Johnson's route running precision and ability to make tough catches in critical moments. The San Francisco 49ers drafting WR Ricky Pearsall. This was a head scratcher for many. Pearsall has some interesting attributes.
Why would they get a receiver when they already have Debo and Brandon Ayuk? You know what? Probably because at the time Ayuk was threatening to like hold out and like not play unless he got another contract. So I don't know.
But it just felt like there were better overall talents still on the board.
That too.
The wide receiver and on
the
defensive side.
Why would they get him
which I think many would
when they have
argue
Brandon
was a
Ayuk?
much bigger need for the Niners. The Seattle Seahawks releasing Quandre Diggs.
Yup.
The Seahawks
I agree with this one. Cutting Jamal Adams was a great move, but I don't get them releasing Quandre.
Decision to release Quandre Diggs for cap purposes, and it's one that will have ripple effects throughout that secondary. Diggs has been a steady, reliable presence in Seattle's defensive backfield, and his ability to play multiple roles is going to be sorely missed. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers over-investing in Baker Mayfield.
I wouldn't say that exactly. I'd probably say letting Shaquille Barrett walk, because they don't got nobody else on the edge, really.
The Bucs are betting big that Mayfield can be the guy. And as much as I'd like to see him succeed, well, it feels like we've seen this story before. He's had more highs and lows than most could stomach, and it's going to be interesting to see how long Tampa Bay can stay patient on that roller coaster.
I still think he can flourish. I still think, like, until proven otherwise, I still think Tampa has a good shot at going back-to-back South champions. Because the NFC South is very, very weak, despite Atlanta getting stronger somewhat. So,
Tennessee Titans
firing Mike Vrabel. Yep, I agree with this one.
I do not know what the Titans were doing with this one. Vrabel was the heart and soul of Tennessee's tough physical identity, and his leadership was a big reason for the team's recent turnaround. Replacing him is no small task, and there is a very high risk that the new regime falters early and often in his shadow. Washington Commanders hiring Dan Quinn as head coach. Quinn has had success as a...
This dude is doo-doo, man. Remember, he was the coach of that Falcons team that threw a 25-point lead.
Coordinator
Super Bowl 51.
His track record as a head coach is far less impressive. If Washington stumbles out the gate or fails to show significant improvement, well,
I'm gonna feel sorry.
Quickly come under fire. But hey, what do you think?
I'm gonna feel sorry for Jaden Daniels, but anyway, that's gonna wrap this thing up. For this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know our upload, and I'll see you all next week for some more reactions. Till then, take care, y'all. Deuces.